So it's got such a great cast. What's your funniest or most memorable moment from filming?
Brie Larson hosted a sort of weekend of activities where we all went we did different things, one of which was to go go-karting, and I learnt that I'm terrible at it.
Who is the best?
Brie's not bad. Brie is a speed freak.
Is that why she organised it?
It was her and Jordan, the director, who were the best, yeah. Me and Eugene Cordero plays Relis. We were like, why are we so bad at this? We were too careful on the corners, I think. We were all thrown together in the elements. You know, we shot in Vietnam, Australia, Hawaii, all of us away from home, surrounded by the jungle and rainforests and swamps. And I think there was some sort of adventurous quality to that made it fun, I think.
There is this explosion that happens in the film, and so in order to simulate this explosion, they basically just have this kind of like a cannon, and they put a bunch of dirt in it, and then they shot this cannon of dirt at us. We have a slow-mo video of it, and it looks quite funny when this dirt just basically goes right into our face and hits us as we fall to the ground.
Is it real dirt or stunt dirt?
It's real dirt, but it's like they call it clean dirt. Whatever that means. I don't know. Cinematic clean dirt.
There were always strange things, you know. It's kind of like some days when we're out, we did a lot of walking and hiking in this movie. And there were days when we'd be out there hiking, and I think one day we were in this field, and apparently it used to be a cane field, or there used to be pineapples or something out there, because there were anthills everywhere, but we couldn't see them. So as you might step into something, and you keep walking, and 10 minutes later your whole leg would be on fire, and you realize your leg was covered in ants. You know, that kind of stuff. Not fun stuff, but stuff to remember. We were shooting in Jurassic Park, so.
Really?
Yeah.
On the ranch?
Yeah, we passed people on the Jurassic Park tour every day. They didn't know what we were doing, but you know, they were riding by with their Jurassic Park four-wheelers.
Sam Jackson, honestly, is just such a tremendously hilarious fella. Him and Shea Wiggum, it's just things they say, the timing of it, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily like they did a prank or someone sat on an egg, or, you know, it's just spending time with those guys, you know. It's honestly a true pleasure. And I thought, you know, I'm just some loser from Newark-on-Trent. There's no reason for you to be nice to me, but they treated me like a colleague, and yeah, it was a massive pleasure.
Yeah, I mean, when you have someone like John C. Reilly in a scene, you know, it's incredible and a privilege to be able to work with someone who's that talented as a dramatic actor and a comedian. And he's a badass in this movie. He's wielding a katana, and he's been on this island for 30 years, and you find these moments, and you have these times where you're looking around and you're like, are we really improvising a scene right now in the middle of Vietnam where we built a boat? You know, it's this crazy, crazy stuff. And you know, it was not always a fun set because we were in the middle of jungles and doing crazy things, but there was a real sort of camaraderie amongst the crew and the family and the actors.
Kong himself looks incredible in this film. Yeah. What is he like to act with?
He's never there. That's the first thing.
Doesn't come go-karting.
Yeah, doesn't come go-karting, doesn't like to get in the swamp, he's always in his trailer. Yeah, it's an amazing thing because you have to just imagine it. You know, in the end, acting is a leap of imagination, and this is no different.
Somebody will point at a tree, another person will point at a rock, another person will point at something in the distance, or somebody will say, well, he's over there, but he's gonna jump over there. I said, is he that big? And I go, yeah, he can jump from that mountain to that mountain. It's like, get out of here.
So did you have an idea of how big he was when you were actually shooting?
None whatsoever. So when I saw the movie, I will say, when I saw the movie, he was never that big in my mind when we were shooting.
If it's the whole group, they use a tennis ball, so we all look at the same point. We're not all looking at different things. But for me, I mean, most of the time, Jack Chapman, my character, is by himself. So most of the time, you know, Jordan would say, just look up there, and I guess we'll have him in that kind of area. Because he's so massive, there's no reason to make eye contact with him. Because, you know, looking in his eye is like looking at the front end of a car. You know, ILM have created this incredible character. And I was lucky enough, actually, that ILM asked me to come back and give him some of his emotional performance. So it was really just a big privilege, actually, and I got to see a lot of Kong way before everyone else did.
So you're actually playing Kong in the movie?
Let's say that I give Kong his emotion. That's the way we'll put it.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, they realised they needed a little bit more emotion, even in things like his roar, you know, beating his chest. They needed some slightly more accurate reference that had a bit of pain in it.
In a normal movie, if you've got Kongs of years past, or if you've got a Transformer, those are creatures that are like 25 feet tall. So generally it's a guy with a pole and there's a tennis ball moving around. Kong's 100 feet tall. So we can't just like fly drones in the air because there are rules against that. So literally it would be like me going up to Tom Hiddleston or Brie Larson or John C. Reilly, and we'd be in the middle of Vietnam or someplace, and you'd have to rely on these like crazy, it's so amazing how rudimentary it would be. It's like, okay, you see that bush on that mountain? Not that bush, but that bush? Look there. That's where you're looking. And like, that's really what it was. Like, you just can't make something that big.